Let me say this. Let me say this. Observing the George Zimmerman murder trial, and upon learning the news of what they're planning for today, I understand they're going to turn a murder trial into a drug trial. Something better to get a conviction on, where the percentage is better. If you put into the juror's mind that drug is included in this trial, their subconscious is going to take them to a drug trial, which they will easily convict in a young black man. In other words, they will convict his character and find George Zimmerman justified in what he say. We must understand the perception of the mind, what they want the people to see in their minds. That George Zimmerman had every right to kill Trayvon, even though he has not been charged with a crime, wasn't doing a crime at the time of his death. May have been drawn into a confrontation with a man who was following him with a gun, who would not tell him he was neighborhood security or watchman. The actions of this man, to me, show intent. It shows ill will. It shows a very unfriendly manner, a hostile manner to someone that's in your neighborhood, and you have not yet seen them do anything to cause you to be in a hostile mood, other than your pre-perception of this person or the character of people he come from, the sector of people that he's part of. So we can truly say that it was an act of ill will on a way that even George Zimmerman couldn't stop himself and stop clearly and say, hey, I'm neighborhood watch. Hey, I don't need to follow this guy, run after this guy like that. These actions prove to me that there was an ill will and intent. And so went the story. Trayvon Martin is dead for only George Zimmerman's reason. For no other reason that Trayvon Martin was involved in, he's dead. Even if he was guilty of what the people are saying or trying to say, that he was in a confrontation with George Zimmerman, he never would have had contact with George Zimmerman. He was nowhere where he thought George Zimmerman, where we could find it, George Zimmerman could have been other than at the mailboxes to meet him in public. George Zimmerman was not on Trayvon Martin's mind, so there's no way Trayvon had on his mind of causing George Zimmerman any harm. But on the other case, George Zimmerman was following Trayvon Martin. If nothing else in his mind, he had to say, well, anything could happen at any time. This might turn into a confrontation. I'm not trying to escalate it that way. I don't want to cause nobody any alarm. I just want to know what they're doing. That would have been a logical, professional mind of someone in charge of neighborhood watch. Yet still, he had at least 2 times to identify himself as why and who he was, and did not. He did not disclose to the police officer, maybe they already knew, that he was armed. So, well, they say he had called many times before, so I guess they knew him. And I'm sure that he got to tell him what kind of gun he was carrying, as he did the guy after he made the shooting. I can't fathom how someone can sit around and talk about what kind of gun you killed somebody with, and somebody laying there dead, and you killed them only because you started some kind of confrontation. And you're having a conversation about what kind of gun, about guns, as if you just killed the cockroach and you said we can use this kind of spray to kill them. Think about it. America, those who are in power, because those of us who are concerned have no power other than the power of protest voice. Nancy, Grace, this go to you.